hauling said giant fuck-off crystal with you back to the material plane, and arriving at long last to Kalphon. Upon arrival, finding a place to stay and seeing that this place is extremely lively and, for what it's worth, very basically built. It seems like it's a lot more of just a simple trade town and nothing more. Well, on the surface. Going towards the planetarium, Jack took a little detour off to go sell off his crystals, as well as to inquire about the magic shop of this entire locale, learning that this city is pretty abundant and lively, especially in the Troll Hall district. After possibly swooning over the shopkeep with a crap ton of Capspell crystals, and getting a hell of a payday out of it, even buying himself a cloak of arachnidia, making his way back towards the planetarium where the rest of the party had conversed very slightly with the elderly man Lur, who seems to be head of the planetarium, along with one other. Instead, one other is not at the moment in the planetarium. After using some stones to create some water, heat up some tea, and sharing it with you all, minor conversations had while Jack makes his way back towards the party. But with that being said, unless anybody wants to do anything in the meantime, because Jack would have been gone for roughly 2-ish hours. Oh, and that he did say that to find the genuine constellation that Volmer is searching for upon his scabbard, they'll have to wait till nightfall, where they will be able to use the planetarium in some vague, undescript way.
Could I also say I bought 10 golds worth of incense and stuff like that from that place?
Go ahead and mark that down.
Breaking my even 1500.
So, Ashrin, as you ask him about it, and he kind of comes walking back with a little bit of a tremble to him, that age really catching up to him, does kind of, oh yes, the stones are tied to the elemental planes. They were a gift upon the building of the planetarium. I'm willing to wager you may find them in a magical shop, or you may travel the plains and pick one up yourself. As I'm pretty sure Ashton's space internet has frozen once more.
Rip.
Ashrin! I would take that as a... Yep. Hi. Still lagging back? I'll do a short summary here. That might help a little. I like that Ashton's the one who wants to ask so many questions and her space internet just says, fuck you.
Yes, I'm very sad about it.
Right?
This bad.
I would say we can hear you really well right now, so maybe without video?
Okay, I might leave the video off. But
You're
like
good.
I keep losing internet entirely.
Oof.
Oh.
So like my computer keeps like thing, so
Oof.
we'll see.
Alright. But if you didn't read it, he did say that the stones are from an elemental plane, and that he acquired them as a gift upon the opening of the planetarium. That you can go to a magic shop, maybe find them, or go to the plane themselves and pick a stone. Uh-oh. Space internet. Damn, that space internet's really fucking her over today.
Yeah.
Oh. We can hear the typing.
Sorry, guys.
You're good, you're good. Space
It's
internet.
okay.
I was gonna ask him what they're called specifically so that when I go to a magic shop.
They're merely elemental stones. Stone of water, stone of fire, and well, these two are stones of air and stone of earth, but I do not use them.
Okay, thank you for the information.
Unless anybody else wants to talk, and he's very much the grandfather that is enjoying the visitors to finally come to his shop, where he is talking about the weather, the most mundane things in the world, and it's very much just the grandpa that is grateful for visitors.
Stay a while and listen.
Before you go,
Alright, you
take
just
this.
casually eat a mint.
Yes, give him a mint. Do it.
Okay, so I didn't quite read last week's summary. Where are we? I forgot to do
You
that,
are
sorry.
with the rest of the party in the planetarium, which is a semi-rounded room where there are several articles of bookshelves, but beyond that, the center of the room is pretty clear, except for a single large dining room table that he has offered you guys to sit at to share in some tea. He went off to a side where there's a small little table desk looking thing where he opened a small box and had these 4 stones that he used to create water, and he dropped a stone that was pitch red, and he's using it to heat the tea.
We're in Calpot.
Yeah.
We made it off the island.
And there is a central staircase in the room that spirals up towards a second room, or second floor, which is where he came from. And Noah asks as she walks away from the computer.
She's probably dealing with her dog or something.
More than likely, I just love the idea that she just literally pressed enter and walked the fuck away.
I like the idea that Vanilla as a character asks and walks away.
She asks and immediately there's a butterfly in the room. She just tunes out.
To be fair, I feel like both character and player are very similar.
I mean,
Probably aren't wrong.
there are aspects of all of us in our own characters.
Oh, yeah.
That is true. But yes, Fanoa, he would look at you, kind of. I've always been a child of the stars, always looking up upon them. And when the day came that I gained funding for my discovery of the patterns of Aethys and Forest, I took the opportunity. Since then, have enjoyed my life, looking upon the astral and wondering what it might be to travel among them.
Do I know anything about that specific discovery you just referenced?
Give me a history check.
I'm basically seeing if I knew who he was.
17. It's a discovery that isn't really that touted as exciting, especially within the arcane, just because it's not really something they fully care about. But you did hear about this discovery, maybe it was about 30 or so years ago at this point, where it is said that the moons of Aethys and Forest actually interchange at some point during the year. And the supposed evidence was the fact that when you look at the moon with something up close like a telescope, you notice that the faces don't just rotate, but they outright change. Where there are certain positions where for some reason it almost feels like they are entirely different bodies altogether. Yeah, you can visit. Yeah, you can.
Okay, Ashrin, why can't we, is the question.
I'm gonna throw a fucking ooze at you guys, and they're just gonna watch all of them melt in the ooze.
Yep, that's why. That's why having
We're
pets
gonna
is a
argue
bad thing.
20 NPCs traveling with us, though.
Yeah, that's why pets are a bad thing.
Yeah, Mo?
What do you know of eclipses? What's connected to them? And at a game, real quick, it was the eclipse that my character was wigged out about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Just making sure I was remembering the proper event.
Yep. Eclipses, with the passage of time when the eclipses occur, people have attached rumors and other such falsities tied to it. They believe it is the gods that go against one another, specifically the Albright and the Moonweaver. However, that is quite absurd. But what actually occurs is more of an interesting aspect. As I said, I discovered something great in the past. To more elaborate, it was when Aethys and Fares perhaps switch. And I have noted that the change in time from the eclipse from one year to another is due to said fact. Which doesn't really say much, but it almost seems as though they are alive, if that makes any sense.
What I miss?
That as far as the old man can tell, that while discoveries over the eclipse are nothing exactly grandiose, with his discovery and the way the eclipses change from day to day or from year to year when they actually occur, he feels as though the moons are alive.
Okay then.
Hmm.
But as conversation mingles between you all, eventually you hear a minor knock at the door, to which the old man would kind of just wave his hand ever so slightly, and you would see a mage hand appear to go and open the door. And you just see Jack just standing there with a snazzy new cloak on that has very much these silver and white details that all look almost like a spider's web across its entirety.
Look what I got, guys. I'll do like a little twirl.
Fancy
Nice.
cloak.
Yeah. Watch this, and I'm gonna walk straight up the fucking wall.
Please be careful. There's a lot of things to watch out for.
I'll be careful.
As you guys just watches Jack just without effort just goes up the wall like literally a Naruto ninja.
I'm just gonna apologize to the old man on Jack's behalf. Just, I'm sorry about him.
Jack is also taking very careful steps to never step on a book.
Okay.
Yes. So if there are like a bookcases around, he's stepping between each shelf.
As you do so, he is kind of just looking up at you. You see that there is worry in the eyes and the face as he just kind of like watches you walk about his precious planetarium and goes, I take it that is a friend of yours.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, he's usually not this well. As much as he's not usually not this extra, but he is. He usually can't do this, but
Excuse me, sir, as he's kind of looking up at you at the ceiling.
Hi.
You wouldn't have happened to see my companion on your way in, did you? Hard to miss, a large fellow, very bright in skin.
Like outside or somewhere up here?
On your way in return.
Did I see him?
Not that you can think of. Bright in skin? That's a different description.
Yeah. What do you mean brightened skin?
The sun captures very well upon his person.
He sparkles.
I suppose, if that's what you children call it these days.
I think I would have noticed someone like that, and I think a lot of people would have noticed someone like that.
He is quite unique. It's taken quite a bit of time.
I'm gonna open up one-on-one comms with Volmer while that conversation is happening.
Would I know what races can sparkle? Question mark.
Make an Arcana check.
Can you get
Buddy,
natural 20?
with a total of a 30.
It's interesting because no race in particular sparkles in the sun. But at the same time, there's so many descriptions that he gives about it that's just like, it doesn't seem like a generic race of any kind. It seems very specific and very odd. And natural 20. You have heard tales of not a new race, but a race that is rare because people fear it for what it exists of. Of metallic body, but a living soul.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Fucking Warforged.
Fucking natural 20, motherfucker.
Hell yeah!
Dalmar's coming at me with questions I don't know out of character that I should know in character.
It's how does magic work?
I'm pretty sure it's like there's an invisible weave, right? Like that's how it
Yes.
works.
When
And
it
then
comes
magic's just
to
manipulation of that.
yes, it's essentially like invisible ley lines in the air in constant times that wizards literally just pluck and pull at and take little bits and pieces to create things out of. And being a wizard and or a sorcerer just means you are capable of literally manipulating it more than others.
Dalmar came at me with questions I do not know the answers to.
Hey, at least you had a really good idea of it. You did know about the weave.
So, can I roll intelligence to see if I would know how the moon would implicate with all that, or like affect all that?
Arcana or history, your choice. 27.
Look at
God
us
damn,
today,
you
man. Look
Y'all,
at us
y'all's
today.
rolls are on it today.
Yeah.
You say that, but my first roll was like an 8.
Still.
I mean,
It's strange. You have never fully focused when it comes to the eclipses, but over the years, and with the rarity that you got from Orhana when she described the eclipses occurring every 14, 15, 7 or 8 years in between, you do remember that the college occasionally experienced those weird days where magic just seemed to be warped in some sort of sense or manner. And while the eclipse was never the tie between them, you couldn't help but feel that it was something affecting it directly. And with 27, I will say that you kind of feel like that time frame that Orhana said fits a little bit too close.
Okay, time to figure out how the fuck Volmer would say that.
It's unclear, but I can only surmise stuff like that. Like, I don't fucking know, but it feels like it, sort of deal. I'm also gonna ask Atrin to roll Arcana for that too. Unfortunately, 13, not gonna get you much. But otherwise, as you kind of respond to him, and he looks rather worried in a sense. He goes, I'm going to need his aid if we are going to perform tonight's actions to discover your constellation. Elvin. What should I call you? I would say maiden, but I don't take adventurers or maidens nowadays.
This one might be.
Well, I mean, like, as soon as Jack says that, like, shake we. No, not today. Today's not the day. I'm
As
a
Jack steps over
scholar
to
first
another
and an
door.
adventurer second.
The scholar, then. So if I may terribly ask, may you help me in finding my associate?
Oh, hell yes. I've always wanted to meet a Warforged.
It would be no problem, my friend.
Sorry, a what?
Gilsey.
And Volmer, you would know what a Warforged is, especially coming from an arcane college. The only thing
This
about
war-
them that you would know, mostly of note, is the fact that Warforges aren't usually just some associate helping with a planetarium. They're usually, as the name entailed, weapons of war.
So at this point, I just need to point this out. Dalmar's mind, with what he knows, is kind of a cross between a Golden Dragonborn and Edward from Twilight. Just he can't decide if it's just a really sparkly man and is just very confused, or if they're talking about something draconic. He can't decide. He's like, never mind.
You may perhaps be able to find him in the West District, out gathering materials for the planetarium. If you may, I'm more than willing to compensate you if that is your desire.
I'm just really intrigued to see him. I've never met one.
I'm sure he'll be intrigued to see you too, sir, on my ceiling.
Ah, sorry about that. And I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation after my footsteps to get rid of any foot marks I might leave on the ceiling. And just clean the whole fucking place as I'm going, and I'm gonna walk down to the floor.
Okay.
And I'll be like, sorry about that. That's gonna be clean. Just so you know.
Thank you. Uh, in the meantime, if you all have a certain type of tea you desire, I can have it ready for you upon return.
Ooh. Any tea is
You
good
have
for me.
maps of the ley lines on the and the stars.
I don't personally have anything of that sort, but if you perhaps find a map, perhaps at a arcane shop or a college of sorts, I can arrange them to match up with my own.
Okay. Thank you.
On a side note, do you know of any other magic shops around here besides in Troll Hall?
Unfortunately, that is the only one. That man is, as I've heard, quite the businessman.
Yes, he is. He is awesome. But he doesn't have bags of holding. So weird.
I'm not the that kind of arcane practitioner, so I'm not sure.
It's so handy. Like, it'd be such a good. Jack's just gonna start like talking to himself about. Like, it's such a good item to sell. Like. Sorry. Yes. Where was your friend again?
The West District, in the market. There's one shop in particular you may be able to find them in. It's in Tinker's Hall.
The Warforged is at the Tinker's Hall?
It's simply the name of the shop, yes.
A little bit on the nose, but okay.
Well, it's how I discovered her nice little motley shop. If you need anything to tinker with, she will have the parts for you, more than likely.
Wait, the Warforged runs the shop?
No, he's my associate, but he
Okay.
goes to the shop for any materials that we need.
Okay, got confused for a minute there. Anywho, shall we be on our way, guys?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Well,
We'll be back, my friend.
I will have your tea ready for you. As he goes to grab a couple more bags of teas from that little desk counter.
Okay.
Thank you.
As you guys head out the door and begin to make your way towards the West District as space internet dies once more.
Of a Shauna.
Ashton's as a character constantly blipping in and out of reality.
I mean, her wild magic does do that.
Yep. Add a game real quick, Volmer. What the hell do you mean by a Shauna?
I don't fucking remember her name. I remember it was Orhana or Shauna or some fucking shit.
Well,
Shauna's my
Orhana.
character.
Yeah, Ashana was the OG character.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm bad with names.
Funnily enough, did you ever meet Ashana?
No.
No, we just talked about her,
Yeah,
right?
he came
Oh,
in
yeah,
with
but-
Corveus.
Yeah, okay.
I'm shit with names. What the fuck was Torpedo's name?
Orhana.
Orhana.
How dare you?
See? A week later, forgetting art. Yeah.
This is why I write names down in my notes. I need to just write Orhana Torpedo now.
Oh my god. That's why, like, confuses shit out of me when you said Shauna, and I'm like, you don't know a Shauna. What the fuck?
I'm gonna be completely real. I was like looking through the fucking general chat that entire time, like that conversation, looking for what the fuck was her name? The fuck was her name?
Jesus. Okay. Yeah.
Oh. As you guys begin to make your way towards the West District, you see the townspeople are currently, it's almost about 1 or 2 in the afternoon, where townspeople are returning from lunch and very actively waking up during the day, and this is the moment where peak excitement is reached, where you hear several call-outs, several sales and bargains being shouted out to one another, and all these children and people just mingling about. And upon arriving towards the West District, it is very, very easy for any of you to ask the question of where's Tinker's Hall? Which they point you towards a semi-medium-sized building that definitely looks like it has seen some better days. But on the inside, even through the windows, you can just see walls racked to the brim with all sorts of objects and antiques is the best way to describe it. Whether they look like scrap metal, pieces of art, or just creations that somebody maybe once loved sometime back in the day and no longer does. The grandchildren don't get it.
So as we start getting closer, I want to ritually cast Detect Magic, just to have it up in case.
Alright. So, as you begin to make your way towards the shop, and upon opening the door, Jack, it's not so much as you detect a burst of magic coming your direction, as much as there are faint traces pretty much everywhere in that shop. Just there's that one little object there that has a trace of magic. There's one piece right there that has a trace of magic. There's one right there. That one has a bit. It's just little dots just appearing every once in a while.
Are they like magically infused or like actual magical creations?
Detect magic doesn't really give you that much, if I'm correctly.
No, it gives you schools and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it gives you schools, and you would get a lot of these items would just have schools,
Okay.
which gives you the ideas that a lot of these are just minor infusions.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
And you would see one middle-aged woman who seems to be messy in hair. The clothing is it's ruffled and tattered to the brim, covered with all sorts of stains and little cuts here and there in the clothing itself. And as you enter into the door, you see there's about 2 or 3 other attendants in the shop that seem to just be kind of looking over these little pieces and little trinkets here and there. As you walk in, you do see her kind of like turn towards you with these gray eyes, or silver, I guess is the better way to say it. Silver-colored eyes, as she kind of looks over each of you very quickly and goes, "Oh, well, welcome to my shop, to Tinker's Hall. Is there any sort of intrigue that you have for yourselves?"
We're actually looking for someone. Um,
Well, I don't sell people here, so you may want to look somewhere else.
the old man from the planetarium. We're looking for his companion, the Warforged.
Oh, 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 yes. Well, he was meant to pick up a delivery today. Are you here for it instead?
Um, yeah, we could take it to him also, but that's kind of worrisome. He didn't come pick up the delivery?
Indeed it is. He usually is by about at the strike of noon precisely, after he's done some shopping for old Lure himself, but at the same time, he never really showed up today, which is a little bit interesting.
Oh, that is not good. Yes, we can take the delivery for, the old man. Do you know where his companion might have gone off to? Or the route he
Well,
takes?
as far as I'm aware, he goes towards the actual farmer's market on the opposite side of town. He usually picks up groceries and foods around this time of day. Well, no, it would be before my time of day, and then he'd come into the shop with the food, and then he would take the deliveries and he'd take them back to Lure.
Across town as in Oak Ridge or in Charreach?
It would be towards Oak Ridge, actually further on towards the actual farms themselves. He gets them fresh picked.
Kind of looked at everyone. Should we try to find this person?
This seems important. Yes, we probably should.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling about this. The delivery for the old man.
Oh, yes, right. One quick moment, and you watch her kind of scurry to a small back room where you hear just a scattering of objects being dropped and messed with before she comes back out with a medium-sized crate that definitely looks like she's having trouble lifting it up before she's just onto the counter. And upon first glance, for everyone except for Volmer, it looks like just nothing more than a hodgepodge of random bullshit. Either little metal pieces, little statues, and other such devices, which you would feel minor hints of magic coming out of every once in a while, Jack. But Volmer, it's interesting. When you look at that, you look at how some of those pieces look like comparative to arcane contraptions that you've seen in the college. Like you've seen like these makeshift elevators, but these things almost look like scrap parts of it. You've seen small levers that are used to enact these small little deeds, like closing windows or putting out fires and stuff like that. And there's like these remaining bits of it. Just every once in a while.
What they're doing in the planetarium must be a lot more complicated than I initially thought.
Hmm. That's a quick side note. Jack's gonna like grab one of the magical pieces like off the shelves. How much is this?
Ah, that one, and you watch her kind of just scurry her way towards you. And he goes, "That one will go for 10 gold pieces." It's actually a neat little tool, and you watch she takes it out of your hand. She twists a small little knob that's at the tip of it, and you watch as there's a small little ring around the dead center of it that starts to rotate around. And as it does so, these small little sigils glow, and small little lights go off of it that start to form little shapes of ballerinos that just start dancing around one another as the rotation goes.
That is really cool.
It's a very neat little trinket, and it keeps any lovely girls just happy during the middle of the night.
That's really cool. Not, mm, not something that fit well for me. How about this one? I'll grab another one just real quick.
She grabs another one, and as you kind of grab it, I was like, I'll be careful with that one. That one is a shake to activate. If you shake it, it will actually start to vibrate quite violently for a couple of minutes at a time.
How much for
It's a
this
good
one?
little prank tool. That one will run you at 12 gold pieces.
And how long does it last for?
About a 5-minute time or so, depending on how violently you shake it.
Multiple use or one time?
It takes a bit of time to recharge, but you can use it multiple times if you so desire.
How long does it take to recharge?
It depends on how Bulber just leaves. It would depend on how much you shake it and or vibrate with it. But if you do use it multiple times, it does take longer and longer to recharge during the day.
10 gold, no, I'll take it.
Make persuasion check. 10 gold it is.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and write that down as the shake to vibrate stone, if just to know what it is.
Magic vibrator.
Magic vibrator.
Trust me, the more you started laughing, I realized my mistake, and I was just like, motherfucker.
Yep.
I hope leaving added enough to the comedy for it to be worth it.
Oh, yeah. In my brain, I was like, oh, this would be a neat little distraction tool for you guys to use. But all you started laughing your ass, I'm like, motherfuckers, they're not going to use it like that.
I'm sure
wanna
it
make
can
it
be very distracting.
Yes, it can be.
Mission accomplished.
Part of me wanted to make a joke of like Volmir like grabs his hand and pushes the item back in the box and hands him something else random.
Oh, would that be a sleight of hand check?
Yeah?
Yeah. No, not for Volmer, I meant for the item.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We should go find the guy. Fino, can you carry that?
Oh, Amphino dies.
Oh shit.
Volmir just looked done with everyone.
Hello?
There you go. We hear you, we can't see
Someone's
you.
life is in danger and Jack's hitting up to this bullshit.
Oh my god. Oh.
We're losing members one by one.
Right. You good, Fino?
Anyone wants a dumbass tissue-eating dog, I have a good deal.
Changed the background, and every time I tried, it restarted Discord. So
Jesus.
Rip. Oh my god. So, Finoa, can you carry this?
I can't do that.
Thank you. And I mean, out of game, I mean the crate, not the vibrator.
Yep.
I can do that, yeah.
Okay.
I can carry anything. I got you.
Okay.
Does. Fino walks up to go pick up the crate, and to you it weighs almost nothing. Like, really almost nothing. It's like lifting up a stack of papers, honestly, at the end of the day. But as you guys make your way out with your new toy in hand.
Ashton's still trying to fix her space internet, and she is
Oh,
very
she
sad.
fucking missed it.
Yeah.
She's gonna be so upset.
I just told her I bought a vibrator, and she's like, in game? Oh,
Oh, that's
Shit in the
good.
game. Do you tell her when you buy them in real life?
I mean, he's delivered plenty of them.
yeah, I do deliver plenty of them. Oh, fucking Christ. Yes. Ashton, welcome back.
But now I have an idea for a magical Leatherman.
Oh, man.
Instead of something like this, where each one's a tool, each one is a different like magical room that does something different.
Yeah.
Cause like how would? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, hey, talk to someone arcane and maybe they can manage it.
Well, Galmar doesn't give a shit, but the player thinks that would be interesting.
Damar might give a shit. You can have thieves' tools inside with your dagger.
Hmm.
Yeah, because everyone thinks of taking the thieves' tools or taking the dagger, but you could transfer to the thieves' tool. No one knows it's a dagger. You can transfer it to a dagger. No one thinks it's thieves' tools.
Plus a physical weapon to hide the fact that you did a kill when you have a psionic, when you use psionic powers mainly would be helpful.
Also true.
I mean, he has
Yeah.
physical weapons, too.
He does have physical weapons.
Yeah,
For
that's
that
why
exact reason.
I
The
carry
thing is,
two
you can
physical
like hide it
daggers.
among your 13 daggers. One of those daggers is actually a thieves' tools.
Yeah. Oh,
Regardless.
fucking Christ. You did it.
Again, I thought in.
It's D&D. You thought
It's
wrong.
It's D&D. It's D&D and the Jack.
I blame you for
Hey,
this, DM.
to be fair, Fanoa started laughing first.
I
No.
did. This is
I
on
blame
me.
you for this, DM.
Again, I thought of it in a different way, and the moment y'all started laughing, I'm like, motherfuckers.
How did you make a magic vibrator without realizing?
Because I'm a fucking idiot. I have 3 million things in my head, not that one.
That's fair, but still.
It's the same way as how Matt Mercer made Pervon and didn't realize that they immediately went, oh, Pervon, huh? Yeah, he did that, by the way.
Yes.
He made a big bad magic dude was like, I am Pervon, and immediately the table just lost it.
He was like an ancient fucking hero, is what he was. Ancient hero
Yeah.
of the Raven Queen, named Pervon.
Yep. And literally, I'm not even kidding, the reason why he brought up is because it was Pervon's finger. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you can see where a DM thinks of something, and then immediately the players go, that's horny. And it's like, we hate all of you.
Yep.
But regardless, news of the Warforged never making it to the shop, with a crate full of stuff and making her way towards the farmland, across the Oakbridge district, where you do see that there is a farmer's market further towards the end of it, where you start getting closer and closer towards the farm. Probably the most proper place to have such a thing. How are you guys going to be looking for said Warforged? Because all you know is the area. You ain't got no other information.
So, Dalmar's looking for some draconic sparkly man. Yep.
I guess the best place to start would be asking around.
Yeah, so I'm gonna first tell everyone, okay, what we're looking for is a giant metal man.
Metal.
Yes, Warforged are metal. They are a...
It's not draconic.
No.
Immediately, Fanoa just starts going, Giant Metal Man! Where's the Giant Metal Man?
Immediately clap my hand over their face. Nope. Fanoa, no, 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 no. Holy shit, because if he got kidnapped, we're gonna be next or he's gonna be dead.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Yes, you
Hi!
can. You're whispering.
Cool. My husband bought a mic. I went and stole that from him, but my headset, the mic on my headset is not working
Interesting.
at all.
That's weird.
Interesting.
It's really weird, and I can't unmute it, so
Did you unplug it and plug it back in?
I don't know.
And check your Discord settings, make sure it was on the
No,
right.
it was a physical thing with the headset because the mic has a little red light on it when it's muted, and the little red light won't turn off.
Oh.
Did you Google it on Twitch?
Fuck you! At least I have internet.
Yes.
Right.
So let me know if I need to fuck with settings on this mic, but
You're good. It
Sounds
actually
really
sounded
good.
very good.
okay, good.
And we're totally
I-
going to ignore the vibrator egg.
Nope. Not gonna ignore the vibrator, the jackpot.
Okay, hold up. I'm really bummed that I missed that, to be fair.
So quickly,
I
DM, give
feel
the
I'm left
description
cold.
again.
So it is a small stone about just smaller than palm size that if you shake, depending on how violently you shake, determines how long the vibration lasts.
I left the call right after everyone
Yeah.
started laughing.
And I thought of it as, oh, you guys can use it as a distraction device. Shake it and throw it. But immediately the rest of these fuckers started laughing
a
their asses
vibrator.
off. Yeah! And I realized the error of my ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yep. Yep.
I'm
Oh,
in
for the
Spain,
low price of
LPS.
10 gold.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so
Sorry. I have no idea how this mic works.
No, you're good.
you're good.
Honestly, again, it sounds very good.
Okay, good.
Okay, so now we are looking for a giant metal man. Do not yell out. Try to be subtle, or if you're gonna ask people, or just look. Dalmar, please just look. You're not very subtle. Fanoa,
The eye roll.
please be quiet. Oh, we can see Ashford now too. Yeah,
Hey.
Hopefully this works.
Yeah.
yeah.
The problem is that the tree that I thought wasn't going to be a problem is apparently in the way today.
You just need to cut the tree down.
It's not my tree.
And
Even worse.
I could talk to Jerry about it. He'd probably be okay, but yeah.
yeah.
So, Dalmar, you're looking around. Who else is going to be looking around for this Warforged?
Are there any alleyways nearby?
There are quite a few, yes.
Can I go basically just search them for signs of struggle?
Make an investigation check.
And I'm going to be asking around as subtly as I can, because a giant metal man here, usually people will see that.
Hey.
So
Make-
I missed everything.
Um,
There's a Warforge. He's the assistant to Lore,
To lure, yep.
and he's been kidnapped.
He is missing. He was meant to pick up a package from the Tinker's Hall, which, as the name entails, it's basically just a bunch of small little tinkering objects.
It's the
And-
vibrator front.
Yeah, that's where the vibrator came from. And he is known to go towards the farmer's market to acquire food before going to the Tinker's Hall and then returning to Lure. But if he never made it to the Tinker's Hall, he has to be somewhere in the farmer's market. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
The funny part is that the first one was a very, like, clear, I'm trying to make this a little, like, shop. Because it was a little, like a little lamp that rotated and made little, magical ballerinas dance around one another. And then I accidentally made a vibrator.
I mean,
It was like that
Yeah.
Harry Potter magic broom that they made for kids that vibrated.
That's a thing?
which is now sold as a sex toy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing?
Yeah, it was sold as for kids, and it was, yeah, it like hummed a little bit to make like the like you're flying around on it or something. I don't know what the fucking thought process was for it, and yeah, it immediately got pulled from the shelves.
Yeah.
Yep.
But give me either a persuasion or performance, your choice. Essentially trying to see how subtly you can be around your words for this. Alright. So as Dalmar and Finoa walking around and kind of just keeping a close eye out, Finoa looking for very obvious metal bits in the crowd, spotting a lot more weapons than she is people, in that case. Dalmar just keeping an eagle's eye view around the surrounding areas, while Volmer is occasionally darting in and out of alleyways to try and find signs of struggle or occasional event that may be happening. And as Jack, you are asking around for unusual visage-looking fellows and keeping your words as vague as you can to try and corner it all into one. You're basically playing a big game of Guess Who without giving away enough details. And as you guys slowly kind of get closer and closer in towards a certain objective area, there comes a moment when you were told that a said person of a strange height, description, and visage was last seen going in towards one of said alleyways. And Volmer, as you are going into there, getting the little directions from Jack, you notice that there are these odd scratches just along the walls. And as you notice those odd scratches, you kind of keep following them until eventually you get to a point where you just see a small ripple in space that you would recognize very easily as an illusion of a big crate just sitting in the alleyway.
anyone in the party actually near me?
Jack would be a bit off, and everybody else would be just outside the alleyway.
I'm gonna try to signal Jack. Come over here, I found something.
Okay, I'll make my way down. What do we got?
Illusionary barrier and signs of some sort of fight. Scratches everywhere. Wait, so weapon expert time. Can I identify the weapon that made the scratches?
That
Or,
is
like, what made the
not a
scratches?
weapon.
It's not a weapon? Okay.
You would know right off the bat that is not a weapon.
What might it be?
Thumbs up.
Right, palms up.
Nice.
Everyone come to this alleyway.
I'm guessing it's claw marks.
At that point, everyone gets the alert in their heads of get in this alleyway now.
I'm guessing it's claw marks or something.
No, I would say with the
No.
24 investigation check, Vomer, you would know this is not something animalistic, but it's not weaponry either.
I'm gonna put my hand through the crates.
As you put your hands through and you watch your arm sift through, eventually up until about the shoulder point, you hit something hard and cold, smooth as metal.
I'm gonna look inside.
You stick your head inside and you just see an unconscious Warforged with plenty of scratches atop the head. Its eyes dimmed out, just laying there as if it's a dead corpse.
Fuck.
We need a cleric or we need a guard. Is there anyone nearby?
With my
That
nat
looks like the...
20 earlier, can Warforges be healed by spells?
Yes.
I'm gonna try a
I
cure
would
wounds.
also say with the nat 20, because nat 20, you would also know that Warforged being powered down in this sense is extremely rare.
Okay, so
Actually, if you wanted to dispel magic the illusion, you can.
That's not a great idea for me to do, but if Volmer would like to use Dispel Magic in this narrow alleyway where people won't blow up, that'd be great.
Oh man, I was hoping for Wild Magic Surge. Okay.
Wild magic surge in the middle of the fucking city, yes.
right.
Exactly.
What are we at for right now?
Using a spell slot on this just to do it instantly.
We are at 4.
So
As you cast a spell magic and you watch the illusion fade away from the crate itself, and you all just see a humanoid metallic man. Even when clumped down like that, as if crumpled and dead, you can still tell the height is at about a 7.5 foot tall automaton. Just there, just with his head hung, the eyes just purely blank.
was it-
Okay, what, can I try to identify what killed him? Like what injuries? Or I guess what knocked him out?
Make an investigation or a medicine check, your choice.
And does powering down like this mean that, like, does it seem like this thing is actually dead, or because I know there is a soul inside this?
Make an Arcana or Medicine check, your choice. The 16, looking over the automaton, the best that you can see, the only damage that is partaken on it is the scratches on the head. There doesn't seem to be any other physical damage caused to it. And with a 28 Arcana, you would know that most of the time when it comes to these automatons, especially Warforged that have souls in them, powering down like this is extremely rare, but not impossible. And the only real way to find out if the soul is still in there or not is to either ascertain it via some magical means, or heal it and see if it wakes up.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the health on that. 7. As you are all kind of just standing there, Jack placing his hand upon the automaton's chest, and you pulsating that healing energy through it, and you start hearing the just start creaking of the armor as you watch the eyes flitter with bright light as life returns into it. And you see its head just tilts back up, and it looks at you all, and it goes, I am sorry. What am I doing here?
We're trying to figure that out. The old man at the conservatory, or planetarium. Sorry, wrong word.
Master Lure, is
Oh,
he
that's his name.
alright?
Yes, he's fine. Was worried about you, so we came looking for you. What happened to you?
I do not know. I was on my way shopping for Master Lure, and then And he just kind of raises his hand to his head, and he kind of looks up towards the wall. I had a strange urge to power off. Violently.
You were attacked.
I did not see any assailants. Excuse me, I must get my shopping done. Master Lure is waiting for me as he kind of starts trying to go to get up.
Before that, and I'll help him up, I guess.
Want me to try to help you?
We
As
need
you
to.
both like try to grab onto the arms and help him up, you immediately feel the immense weight that comes from a creature literally made of metal. As it's more like he's lifting you up while you guys are helping him up than you guys are actually helping him.
This is what happens when two scrawny bitches try to help up a robot.
Yeah, right.
So,
Before... Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna look at up at the doorways and whatever would be roughly head height for this creature. Did he bonk his head on something innocent like that, or like just checking the obvious?
It seems like, and with him describing it as he did, and with Volmer's description before, that there are scratches against the wall, it very much sounds like, and especially in your case, you would somewhat know a little bit about this in a bit of a different way. That it seems like he bashed his own head in until he fell unconscious.
Hmm.
But this is through the influence of someone else. We know this because of the minor illusion.
Yes. Real quick. What's your name?
My designation is Lair.
Lure and Lair. Okay. Before we go head back to the planetarium, can we inspect you to make sure that nothing is missing?
I am not quite sure. I have only met you. Do humans get touchy upon meeting?
Sometimes, but I'm more worried that someone
This
might
one
have...
does.
She's not wrong, but I'm worried someone might have taken something from you.
You watch him. You watch as the center chess piece splits in half and opens up, where you see a couple of containers just kind of all lined within him, and you watch him as he reaches his hand inside for a few moments, almost like he's rummaging around objects of sorts, and he just kind of tilts his head and goes, I am missing something.
Yep. That's what I thought. What are you missing?
I am missing the access key to the planetarium.
Oh.
We should probably hurry back then.
Yes. Let's
They
go.
stole my kidney.
Oh, they stole my freaking kidney. Let's go to Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Oh my fucking god, I forgot about that shit.
Oh, I hated that. I'm not a fan of that one.
Salad
Charlie!
fingers.
As annoying as
Charlie.
it was, though, it was part of our childhood
Yeah.
growing up.
Just like,
Charlie.
The magical wheel
Charlie.
turned on, Charlie.
Ugh.
just like
Hate
salad fingers. Oh fucking Christ, dude. Anywho, we should head back really quickly.
You watch as he takes his
How low
hand
is
out.
the
and it
ceiling
closes.
here?
There is no ceiling. It's an alleyway, so it's an open ceiling.
Right, but how low is the roof line?
The lowest roof line is about 20 feet.
Lair, can you get me up to the roof?
I can attempt so, if you would like.
I
If we need to get it back to the planetarium, I'm going to scoot quickly, and I can do that quickly over the roofs without having to go through. The player's brain keeps wanting to say traffic, but
Crowd.
yeah.
yeah, the crowd.
Why don't you, Ash, and Fen go via roofs in flight, and then the rest of us will go on foot and we'll meet there.
Sounds good.
Why doesn't Jack come with us on the roof since he can walk up a wall?
I guess I forgot I could do that now. Okay, I guess I'm just taking there back on my own.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go rooftops. Okay.
How is Fen getting on the roof?
You guys, Buttercup.
Oh,
let's
please
not
no.
do
Let-
that
no, no,
over
no,
the
no, no,
city.
no.
That's a terrible idea.
No.
I thought I was just gonna climb somehow.
No. Fen can walk home back to the planetarium with you.
Yeah.
Please,
Okay,
please
fine.
summon a nightmare in the
No.
middle of the fucking
Yeah,
city.
we're not doing that.
I don't think
Fine.
I should even fly. I'm concerned about that.
Yeah.
Fine then, freaking
Actually-
Dalmar and Jack can go back on their own, and then the rest of us can walk over.
How about I turn into a giant bird?
That worked.
Vero kind of perks up. I can do that.
No, you.
No,
Wait,
you
no,
can't.
she can't. Or they can't. They can't fly yet.
Every time I forget, level 8.
Yep.
Y'all are 7. Y'all are 7.
They could turn into like a small thing, and then Jack could like carry them as a giant bird.
Also, wouldn't that use Jack's one polymorph for the day?
Yeah, it is almost nighttime though.
It's like
True.
2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's
Now, you guys start off the day very nice and early.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Let's just start fucking zooming.
Okay, we'll just start zooming across the roof.
Alright.
And
Wait,
I'm
Ben can't
gonna,
climb up and go over roofs anyway, because she has the box.
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna full on 90 movement speed, move, dash, that whole thing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna effing book it.
Good thing you got a 21, because as Lair starts to kind of like stick a hand out for you to place your leg onto, and he goes, I can help. And as he goes up, he doesn't give you a lick of warning. He just like lever action just throws you up. And that kind of throws you off for a moment because you thought, oh,
Nice.
maybe he'll warn me or say something. Just goes, and you manage to
Just
catch
throws him
yourself
up
on
in
the
the air.
lid of one of the windows, and you manage to carry that momentum to throw yourself up onto the actual rooftop with the bit of a fast pace on the heart of like, oh god, Warforged need to learn how to communicate better.
Before we bolt, I want to take a look at both rooftops connected to that alley real fast and see if
what are
I
you
see
looking for?
anything. See if there's any tracks, anything that might be left behind, something that would show that someone might have been up here and ambushed this guy.
Make an investigation or survival check.
Let's go with investigation. Oof.
14. As you walk your way up there with your cloak of arachnidia, and you start to kind of look around on the rooftops to try and see if there's anything you can find. It's just a lot of bird shit and animal feed that they've dragged up there at some point, and it's just way too messy to really find anything of note.
Okay. Booking it with everyone else then.
Alright. Dalmar and Jack, give me dexterity checks. Just straight dexterity checks.
Is this to like jump across things?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, technically, he only has to get to the other wall, so he can climb up.
You do.
Yeah.
Which is probably why Jack managed to get a 21 while Dalmar's got the 13. It's not a high DC. there's a very obvious difference in grace. These are not the rooftops you're used to, Dalmar, and just having to come up with a route every single time you jump from roof to roof is definitely slowing you down. Meanwhile, Jack, with that security of the cloak, can just jump from one wall to another and just cling to it, climb up, cling to it, climb up, over and over again. As you two are making your way back towards the planetarium.
Those of you still in range here. Oh shit, out of practice. Oh man, it's been a minute. Shit around Jimmy, okay. Whew.
So, Volmar, Fanoa, Veril, and Astrid, you guys are just making your way back to the planetarium with Lair?
Yeah, but I'm assuming we're at least trying to go a bit faster, like pushing a few people out the way, just trying to zoom
Okay.
fast as we're willing to go.
So, as the four of you with Lair are now making your way through the crowd, and you do see several of the people, some of them look at Lair very strangely, but most of them seem to almost recognize him as this is his usual route, most of the time. Jack and Dalmar, as you're making your way back towards the planetarium, and eventually making it there after about a 20 or so parkour event, quick time event, landing just outside of the planetarium on the rooftop. There'd be easy methods to make your way down via the alleyway and the cloak. And what are you guys planning on doing?
Immediately going inside.
Okay. As you
You go inside, I'll scout the perimeter.
The fuck
I'm
just
gonna
happened to my
do
Discord?
give me a investigation or perception check, Dalmar, your choice. Perception.
Wow, my rolls today.
Yeah. As you are sticking yourself to Overwatch and keeping an eye out at the crowd and wherever you can possibly get a good glance at, going back and forth whenever you can. As Jack, you make your way down and enter into the planetarium. You do see Lur, who's currently just carrying over a small tray of teacups as he's placing them out on the desk and looks at you confused. Goes, "Oh, well, that was fast. Did you find my associate?"
Yes, we found Lair. They're on their way. Question, has anyone showed up since we left?
No, no, not at all. Why do you ask?
Someone seemed to have stolen his access card.
No, it's a key. It's not a card.
Key.
But...
Sorry. Out of game. Oops. Played too much Warframe. Mindset's still on that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that is quite upsetting. I'll have to contact the council to make sure to change the locks and all that. Did you perhaps find the perpetrator?
No, and I'm worried that they're going to try to something here. Hence why we rushed back.
Oh, well, thank you for the worry. I didn't realize it was quite so dire.
We don't know, but someone made him bash his own head against the wall until he passed out, or shut down, then create an illusion over him.
Is he all right?
He is fine now. I hate to say it, but does this actually seem like the real dude?
Make an insight check. Hard to tell. I mean, there's. It's hard to read the elderly man whose wrinkled face and someone you've only talked to for about 2 or 3 minutes.
I'm gonna ritually cast Detect Magic.
Okay. As you start to kind of ritually cast Detect Magic, he does look you a bit interested, and he kind of goes, "Is something the matter?"
Just in case someone decided to come in here invisible or otherwise and help see. Just help see. I'm just looking around while keeping him in the corner of my eye at all time.
Okay. As you're ritually casting detect magic. You do see him. He definitely seems a lot more worried. There's your rolls. As Damar, you kind of duck down on the rooftop and just stay as close to whatever shadows the sun prompts you, and the sky, the clouds, I should say, not the sun. As your 10 minutes begins to come up, you see little bits and pieces of magic around the chamber, one of them being the box where you saw him pull out a small stone from when he was carrying the tea. And it's 30 feet, right?
Yes.
Up top is, if you had one of those temperature gauges, it is white hot.
Those. Okay. So, there's a second floor to this place?
Yes, there's
Okay,
a
yeah.
spiral staircase in the dead center of the room that spirals upwards towards the second floor.
Okay. So I'll just kind of keep looking around down here. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Nothing that you could really see or note. There are the occasional scroll that have little hints of magic to it, but it's almost like it's just residual and not purposely crafted into.
Against my better judgment, I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Please, be.
I won't touch anything. I'm just trying to look around, make sure no one snuck in here.
Allow me to come with you. And you watch you guys like start hurrying, pouring the cups of tea, trying to join you as well. As you both make your way up towards the spiral staircase, you walk into a rounded chamber, but with a flat roof, where the walls themselves don't seem to have anything but etched in runes. And in the dead center of the room itself is this orb with several rings surrounding it, also all covered in all sorts of symbolage. And the only thing in there is a singular chest as alongside with a desk right beside the orb itself. And that orb specifically seems to be the center mass of this ludicrous expanse of magic.
Okay. Is there anything else that seems out of place up here?
Make an investigation check.
Oof.
That natural 20 burn hurts.
Yep.
The 12, as you're kind of looking around, you do see that Lur has his eyes dead set on you, and also kind of glancing around the chamber itself. As you kind of are glancing around with the tech magic going, nothing out of the ordinary that you can tell. It's also the first time in this
Yeah.
room, so you personally are just like, that looks kind of weird. And it's like, maybe not. It's like, that might be a little weird. Maybe not.
But there's no random, like, invisible blob of magic in the middle of the room.
No.
Okay. Good.
There's no Slender Man just standing there T-posing.
Yeah, exactly, right? Okay. I'm gonna take him back downstairs then and say, okay, we might be good, but it still worries me why someone would attack your friend just to steal the key to here.
While we may not be popular of any sorts, I can think of a grand number of reasons why anybody would have like access to my shop of sorts.
Well, I mean, this place is amazing, but I mean,
Why, thank
I-
you.
you're welcome. I've dealt with some very nefarious people, especially recently, and they have me on edge when things like this happen.
Well, I thank you for the worry. Come, the tea is ready for you. I didn't expect you to come so soon.
No, well, thank you, and I'll go sit down. Drink some tea.
As Dalmore is just up on the roof, just constantly giving Overwatch, and just kind of crouched down upon the rooftop, just keeping an eye out, keeping as hidden as possible. Yeah, Fulmer's been dead for a while.
Right?
But
He's dead to us.
as eventually about another...
Discord fucked up and I forgot to turn my camera back on.
Fucking hell, your mic. You've turned into a goddamn automaton.
Beep, boop, up.
There you
Beep,
go.
up. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect timing, Ashton. As after about another 20 or so
I
minutes...
was listening, so I know what's going on.
Okay. After about another 20 or so minutes of the other half of the group rushing their way through town, and Delmar, you would notice them. Kind of hard to miss your motley band of crewmates, as well as a giant automaton making its way through the crowd. And eventually arriving at the planetarium, where you just keep a tight eye out. Upon walking in, you all would see Laura sitting at the desk, or the table where you guys were before, and then Jack just kind of sitting there drinking a cup of tea. And you would immediately hear Lair kind of go, Master Lur, is everything okay? Yeah, yes, quite. I heard of what happened to you, and I'm glad to know your faceplate. And he kind of just touches it slightly. I see I have sustained damage.
Lure, come down for a second. Does he bend down?
You mean Lair?
Or Lair, sorry, yeah, Lair, not
Okay.
Lure, sorry.
I was gonna say
Metal
that.
Man! Goddamn similar fucking names. This is some payback for Ashana and
A little bit. He
Yeah,
does
Lair.
kind of approach slightly, and then nervously kind of crouches down.
I'm gonna cast Mending.
Okay. I was about to say, what's your spellcasting modifier, but you're fucking 3 different things, aren't you?
It's a wisdom for that one, I think. Let me double check.
Yeah, whichever one that one
Yes.
is. Spellcasting modifier.
Which of your spellcasting modifiers is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So just make a wisdom check.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Roll a d20 for me.
Yeah, it looks like Dalmar's usual wisdom check.
Right? Can I
Right?
just not... D20.
Okay, 18. As you...
It looks more like one of Dalmar's stealth rolls.
that too. Because we all know the subtle one in the group isn't the fucking rogue.
No, it's the wizard.
Yes, both of them.
As you begin to cast mending upon Lair's face, you feel this strange energy that seems almost counteractive to what you are trying to do. And while you feel it almost like a feedback loop of some kind, you manage to cut yourself off before you do any unforeseen damage of sorts. And you would hear immediately Lur kind of speaking this. Don't worry. He is a unique automaton of sorts. My construction was different from other automatons.
How so? Well, I kind of guess how so, but more than the obvious.
I am not sure. My memory is corrupted. He was discovered beaten and nearly entirely broken. I'm glad to see, and he's looking towards Panoa. You brought the parts to help in his repair.
You're muted.
I'm talking to myself mostly.
But I'm glad to see you are all right, and I am grateful for the warning ahead of time. Master Lur, I believe it is time to contact the council. Yes. Why don't you stay here and allow me? If someone had come after you already, I'm worried to let you out again. And you kind of just see, if an automaton could look upset, you would kind of see that upon their face.
Yeah. Okay.
But as you guys are all kind of just standing there, a little bit worried and anxious of what's going on, Lur would kind of adjust you and goes, come, relax yourselves and have some tea. I didn't mean this to all appear as some sort of dastardly incident. I'm sure if we talk to the council, things will turn out better.
I'm gonna see
Perhaps some
overcom.
hooligans playing a prank.
I'm gonna say overcoms. We should probably stay here if you'll allow us, or at least keep this place under watch.
We'll probably be here over the night due to the plan to search the stars tonight, so we'll have that.
Yeah, I don't trust whatever's going on. Might be paranoia from all of the, crazy ass cults, but
Dalmar's still on the roof, just keeping overwatch constantly.
And I'm gonna say to him, well, I don't know any teenage hooligans who would know magic, so we can rule that out.
I'm sure there's a prodigy out there somewhere. I used to know one back in the day. He's a good friend of mine. He starts to go into this ramble of like, oh, my old friend once did this and that.
okay.
I like him.
Gotta love old people.
Go from one subject to another and then just keep going.
Back in my day, Sonny.
I used
And
to know
walk
good old
uphill in a
Bob.
blizzard both ways to and from school.
And that's when Bob came and saved me from said blizzard. And speaking of Bob, he used to be so good at football. Speaking of football, it just keeps going.
Why is that so accurate?
Yeah.
We love him either way. He is the best NPC.
Yep.
Is he still here?
Huh?
Did he go to like talk to the council by himself?
It depends on what you guys are doing now. He said he would go do it, but right now he's offering you guys tea because he's saying there's an apology of, I'm sorry for getting you guys involved in something so chaotic.
Is there a way I can make sure there's like nothing weird in the tea?
You think
Give
Precious
me-
Old Man wants to poison us?
I'm a little. There's a lot going on. I think it's fair.
Give me a survival check. 9. It tastes like normal ass tea. Taste, look, smell.
I don't think we should let him go to the council by himself.
Make sure it doesn't smell like almonds.
God damn it.
I don't get it.
I kind of felt like y'all wouldn't get it. I feel like
Yeah.
only the three of us that are fucked up enough to know what almonds means.
I know what almonds mean.
Okay, so you do know what
So do
almonds.
I.
Oh, really?
Well, fuck, I guess I'm the only one.
We should add Veryl and see if they know what almonds means.
I had to give him too much context for that.
I'm looking this up now.
Wait, why is he going to council?
To get
To
the
get
locks,
the locks
changed.
changed.
No, it was in character asked.
Oh.
No.
Oh, right, because Dalmar isn't there next. Yeah, no, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because Dalmar's still on the roof. I'm in
Yeah.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
To get the locks
And-
changed.
Ah. Yeah, we should do the notifying on that one. Or at least one or two of us.
I think two of us should accompany him to get the notification sent out. As much as I hate this, we should split the party. half go with him or
tend to agree.
something like that. Dalmar, you stay up where you're at. A couple of us stay inside here, and a couple of us go with the old man. Make sure he doesn't get hurt.
I can go with the old man. I want to hear his stories.
Okay, so
Yeah, no one's gonna suspect the 10 pounds fury.
fair. Okay, so Dalmar, you stay on the roof. Finoa and Volmer, go with the old man.
I feel like if we split up, then me and Finoa should be in different groups since we're both the two big melee damage dealers. Like we're both. That way, if someone comes, we have someone who can get up close rather than the people remaining here having to rely on range.
I could turn into a giant ape, and Dalmar's on the roof.
I keep forgetting you can do that.
Yeah,
And
'cause
also-
it can use its polymorph.
Us, a little bit more of magic users. Well, you're magic also, but I can also be in melee. I do have a sword here, and I bolt a fucking sword from my side. I do know how to use this. This isn't for show. And also, spells in a crowded street probably isn't the best thing. Hence the two melee people.
I have a stick.
No, we'll need you to cast spells. As many
That
spells
sounds
as you
like a
can.
terrible idea.
Sounds like an amazing idea.
Rapid
your best
fire
life.
spells.
Live your best life. Even if it may be short.
Okay. So that leaves Akdamar. Ashton, are you staying behind?
I don't know. Where do you guys want me
No.
to go?
Myself and Ashrin here in the room with the Warforged. Dalmar
Okay,
on
so
the
we're
roof.
taking Beryl with us.
Oh, fuck, I forgot Beryl. Yes, so Beryl
Yeah,
goes
that's what I was
with
trying to
Anagang.
figure out. Like, where's Beryl going in this?
Beryl goes with
Don't
you
worry,
guys.
everyone does it every time.
That was an out-of-game thing. Fuck you. Don't give me that shit. Because I don't see Beryl's camera. Or lack of camera.
Let's say Beryl never uses their camera.
I
There's
know.
nothing new.
I don't see the square box to do the counting things.
They didn't come to the session. It feels like nothing changed.
Damn.
I mean, he's not exactly wrong.
He's not.
As much as I love Beryl.
Fair enough.
It's okay. I'll make myself useful some other time.
Damn.
I don't think I need.
I think that was of the dog and you both.
I don't think I need a javelin. I have my staff if I need it, and I have a crossbow. So
Okay,
You also
good.
have spells.
yes,
In case that she didn't want to use spells, though.
Oh no, all
I
of
have
the
a
spells.
crossbow for
Yeah.
that.
I'm assuming neither of you
I have
want my spare, need a spare
Literally
sword.
never used
I
it.
have a
Though.
rapier I don't use.
I'm good.
I don't think I can use that. I mean, I could attempt, but I don't think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, it's probably best to use one if you're properly trained.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, so I guess me, Fen, Beryl, and then back to Ash Dalmar.
Yep.
the fetuses and the adults.
Oh yeah, huh?
Literally.
There is no way that this could go wrong.
This is gonna end so poor. I'm gonna say something, or if Noah's gonna say something, it's gonna completely fuck everything up.
See, I'm saying, like, my justification for this is you have the higher charisma, you're the words man, Finoa's the muscle, and Beryl could be like the lookout type. Hopefully that
My
works.
charisma sucks.
Beryl's emotional support.
I
Yeah.
have a 13 charisma.
Yeah, if you wanted to send someone with charisma with them, it should have been me.
Like,
I
our
meant
two big charisma
out
people
of
are
that
staying
group.
back.
Out of that little composition, though, that's my idea.
Like, out
He's
of character,
okay
I
with
can...
talking in character. That's
I mean, your 13 charisma is better than Dalmar's 5 charisma.
Yeah, but we have two people in the party with, 20 charisma.
Yes, but we're also not muscle, and the
Yeah.
old man must live at all costs.
But then if someone comes back, then you guys don't have... Oh, wait, no, gorilla.
I have
You're in the party,
gorilla.
Yeah.
And being a giant gorilla in the middle of a fucking crowded street isn't a good thing. So if shit goes
I don't
south,
know, I feel like it could be fun.
it could be fun, lots of fun, but not good.
So, As you guys all kind of over mental comms work out this team composition as best as you can figure. After about another hour or so of you guys kind of just relaxing for a bit, you do see Lure kind of stand up and goes, I will go alert the council and hopefully get the locks changed by the end of tomorrow for security reasons, of course. I will not take long as he starts to kind of make his way towards the door.
Hey, fetuses, pay attention.
Yeah.
Lure's leaving. Are you gonna offer to go with him?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna offer, I'm just gonna start going with him. Just start following.
God.
I'll try to subtly like start talking with them while walking.
Charisma check.
Actually, Fino, what the hell is your charisma?
14.
Okay. You're just barely better than Fulmer.
Yeah.
Noah has a +2 and I have a +1. Noah's.
Yeah, Fino actually does have better charisma.
The difference is out of character. I use it more.
Yeah, very much so. Well, actually, no, correction. Finoa used it a lot on Orhana, just never really got that good of rolls.
It was just bad, yeah.
Yeah, it's all just very shitty puns. I love it. But as you start to make your way with them, and Finoa just kind of tags along, creeping in the back, like a third wheel. Then Varel kind of just sheepishly follows along as a fourth wheel. And you kind of distract him enough that he just keeps walking on with you all without so much of a notice, making his way towards the West District, where he leads you towards a medium-sized, grandiose hall, where inside is definitely the pencil pushers. It's a lot of humans, a couple of elves, and half-elves, all just kind of conversing amongst one another about goings on in the cities here and there. And as he kind of walks up to the counter, you do see one of them kind of look curiously as why this elderly man is being backed by a small barbarian, weird nature person, and elven woman, elven scholar. And kind of approaches to the counter and goes, I need to get the locks changed at my planetarium. It would seem that a key has been robbed of it, and it may be in danger. Immediately, the counter person kind of looks at the three of you very suspiciously, and kind of goes, by any chance, have you found the perpetrator and the missing key of any sorts? Unfortunately, they did not. They are the ones who discovered the problem. Do not worry over them. Kind of see them all giving a hard eye to the three of them.
How are they gonna ask if we found the key if we're coming to get the locks changed? If we found the fucking key, we wouldn't need the locks changed.
If we found the key, why would we want to change the locks?
Because someone could have made an extra. Someone could have copied it.
Also,
True.
you literally have a spell that upon seeing the key, you could make a new one. Literally, Volmer, you have said spell.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, it's good to get your locks changed if things have been compromised. That's the smart.
I love prestidigitation. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and we know they're a wizard too, so that's double the worry for that.
Yep.
Well, not a
Wait.
wizard, but a caster.
A cast.
Could you make a new key with prestidigitation?
Yes, you can make a trinket.
Oh, I guess
As
so,
long
huh?
as it's within five. As long as it's within 5 by 5 or 1 by 1, isn't it? Yeah, you can create a trinket. So if you
We'll
just
keep
think of, hey, I want to make this key, you can make it.
fit in your hand. That
Yeah.
lasts until the end of your next turn.
Yeah, so all you need is 6 seconds to turn it over, and that's it. Yeah, prestidigitation,
Yeah.
a really fucking good spell that very few people use effectively.
Yeah.
I've been using it pretty effectively.
You
I
have been
feel.
using it very well. I said very few people. I didn't say
Hey,
you weren't.
I made a good use of it with that noble.
You did.
This is like one of my favorite cantrips. So
Yeah,
Yes,
incredible.
mine too. I just didn't even
Incredible.
think about making. I didn't read that last one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make a trinket that fits in your hand. Yeah.
I'm gonna drink it. Okay, interesting.
But as you guys are currently dealing with the boring side of getting your locks changed and setting up an appointment for said Smith to come in, Delmar, Jack, and Astrid, as you are just waiting at the planetarium, Delmar, you're still sticking to the rooftops, right?
Yep. And which door? Is there only one entrance and exit?
Yes, there's only one entrance and exit. But you do also
Okay.
know that the second level, at least on the outside, does look like it has a slitted window of sorts that somehow will open up. As to how that is, you don't know.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
I smell bullshit. All right.
Okay. As Ashton and Jack, you are downstairs, uh, watching Lair just going around, seemingly reorganizing things in some way, shape, or manner, before eventually taking the crate of the junk and knickknacks and making his way just upstairs. And he spends a fair majority of his time up there with said items.
I would follow him.
Okay. Ashton, do you stay downstairs drinking tea, or do you follow as well?
I will stay downstairs.
Okay. As Jack, you follow him up, you notice that Lair goes towards the center orb, and he starts to press on one piece of it, or you see a small panel open up, and inside is a ludicrous amount of gears and parts just all inside. And you just watch as Lure just starts kind of reaching into the box, and with his hands heating up, he starts to being able to mold the metal within his own fingers to shaping it more accurately and correctly, and he starts kind of inserting and fixing pieces within the actual orb itself.
Lair, can you explain to me what all this is as you're doing it? I'm very intrigued by this.
It is a planetarium's method of viewing the astral sea. And he kind of just like stands and he gestures towards the room. All these runes allow for illusory visuals, while the central piece allows to pull a piece of the astral to which you can visualize with the runes.
Some fucking Star Trek, Star chart or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it like the little orb thing from Treasure Planet?
Kinda, actually, yeah.
Okay,
I don't know
yeah.
how I keep making these references.
Um,
Treasure planet orb. Hold on.
Star orb.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna essentially just keep chatting with
None
him
of the
about like how
fetuses
all
know what
this
the
works.
fuck we're talking about.
I know.
Y'all need to see Treasure Planet. It's very fucking good.
So good.
I've been meaning to watch it. I'm going to eventually. I just am not good at watching things
Watch it
that I
tonight.
don't know I like.
It's good. Y'all need to.
Yeah, if you like Pirates of the Caribbean, you'll like this.
Exactly
No.
say that. I would say if you like sci-fi with pirates, you will like it.
That too.
But eventually, Dalmar, you would notice a man come towards the door of the planetarium. And Astrid, you would hear the very gentle just knock at the door.
Possible incoming.
Bullfuck.
They're
And,
knocking at the door. What do I do?
You see
And-
Lair immediately kind of perk up at the sound. There is a visitor.
Yes. Stay here. Go ahead and keep working. And head down. I'll answer the door.
As you make your way down, and you do see a man garbed rather well with a semi beard with a bit of a connectable mustache, which seems very finely kept for what's worth, with slick backed hair and sleeved arms with gauntlets on each side. But the gauntlets are just simply made of leather and nothing more. As you open the door, you see the man kind of just like smile and goes, "Well, hello there. I'm here to visit this grandiose planetarium. I take it you're the handler."
Sadly I'm not. He is out for now. We were just watching the place in his stead. Sad to say, you might have to come back later when he has returned if you want a tour.
That is quite upsetting. Was there any way I can leave a message for him? An associate, I imagine?
Yes.
Servant?
We're associates of his, yes.
Oh, okay. Don't want to be too disrespectful here. I was wondering, if you can leave him the message, if I could come by tonight. There's a specialty that I hear about this planetarium, the only one in Borisland, where I can see the stars without needing to, well, see the stars.
And, what is your name?
It's Ezek.
Ezek.
Yes.
Do you have a surname?
Unfortunately, no. And he kind of looks you up and down and goes, "I'm sure you possibly know my position. Well, being estranged from the family means claiming the name, not exactly easy."
I'm gonna swap mine over to, like, the purple and gold noble looking stuff. Sadly, I do not.
I am sorry for the disrespect. Haha. I simply thought you would, you were of nobility. I didn't know you still claimed to the title.
My family is
It's a
not...
casual flex.
I understand your situation, but, presumptions aren't good. Let's just say. And where do you hail from, if you don't mind me asking?
Make persuasion check. With advantage.
Oh, fucking Christ. My luck's ran out on my rolls.
I'm listening to all of this from like
Yeah, you
in the
can
room.
see inside. We're at the doorway, and they're not being quiet about this, but it doesn't seem like the man has really looked past Jack to notice you
Okay,
during the time.
we'll just give that a shot.
Inside 24.
Yeah. Atta girl. There we go. Gotta have that tag team on this dude. Like... I gotta keep him distracted.
Well, when that's as I said, I am estranged of my family, and well, I don't call anywhere my home any longer. At least not until I can lay claim to it once more.
So over comms, I'm gonna say to Jack, he's telling the truth, but there's something else that he's not telling. It's not all of it.
So his hair isn't the only thing that's greasy. Got it.
Yeah.
You're really just being mean to this guy. Like, first you flexed the fact that you're doing the family, now you're saying this.
Dude makes fucking assumptions, gonna make an ass of himself. Like, yeah. And Jack's not in the mood for any fucking shenanigans tonight. This
That's
old
fair.
man must be protected at all costs.
We've known this old man for like one session, and he's the favorite character.
Literally, and y'all fucking die for him, apparently.
I can relay that message if, and out of game, roughly, would I have an idea of how long it would take for them to get back?
given you walked a little bit in the city yourself and kind of got a basic example of the city layout from the shopkeep when you conversed with him a little bit, it probably would have only been maybe like, well, at the rate of an old man, an hour to get there. Conversing and getting this stuff set up, that's a toss-up, but probably an hour back, so not
2.5
terribly long.
hours,
Yeah.
maybe 3 at
And,
the
and,
most.
and it's been about 2 hours now, so the sun is starting to just crest over the horizon.
Okay. I can relay the message for you. They should be back probably within the hour. If you want to come back and ask
Wonderful.
yourself again.
Wonderful. Then I shall return, possibly at nightfall, to more appropriately ask if I could join in the wonder that the planetarium offers.
Yes.
Well, thank you. Take care. And he starts walking awkwardly away.
Hope to see you again. Back to my normal.
Oh, he seemed full of it.
Posturing, most likely. Trying to hold on to some self-claimed importance that he lost.
Yeah. Once you lose the importance, you just kind of go with it.
Can I kind of give an insight on this dude? Does it seem like he was like disgraced from his family or something like that?
Give me an insight check.
There we go.
21. From what you can figure with his words and the way he talks about he no longer has claim to a home, it sounds like he fucked something up bad enough to get himself kicked out.
Yeah.
Jack
And,
knew all about
unlike with you, he didn't get the option to walk away. He literally got kicked out.
Yeah.
Do you figuratively or literally fuck something is the question.
Does it kind of feel like maybe it was, and this might be a stretch of insight, like coming from a good aligned family or maybe like a shady family?
Hard to tell with
Hard to
how
tell.
he just clearly not trying to associate himself with it.
Okay. Well, at least, yeah. At least with Jack, his family gave him the getaway. Just, no, you go. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Right. As you go back to kind of patiently waiting. Eventually, Lair does come back downstairs as you close the door. Is everything okay?
Yes. Just, a man who wanted a tour of the facilities and, hopefully to see the star show at night. And I told him I would relay the message, and if he came back within the hour, they should be hopefully back here, and he can ask again himself.
We can let Master Lure know that more shall be joining in on tonight's festivities.
Yes, and we must be careful. This may be one of the people who was involved with stealing the key. That's something we must keep in mind.
I hope not.
I hope not either, but best to be safe.
That was the wrong button.
As more time begins to cross, and Dalmor eventually, with the setting of the sun caressing over the horizon with the orange mix of color, you watch as Finoa, Veril, and Volmer return with Lure at their side. And the three of you had just experienced literally the most boring part of any life, where it's just sitting there conversing. They're like, it will be a good time to send them over here. It's like, oh, I will be having my breakfast at that time, perhaps around this time. They will be having their lunch at that time. And just the old person trying to work out a schedule that never fucking works. Yeah.
Yep. Fucking schedule, boss.
Or eventually making it back towards the planetarium, into which almost immediately Lair comes down with the box of materials now about halfway empty, as he's basically put in a smattering of pieces into the machinery itself, and offering a cup of tea to lure himself. Oh, thank you. I do hope everything has gone well with the shop. There was a visitor who will be joining us tonight.
A man named Ezeg came by and was asking to be shown around and hopefully see the show tonight. Seemed a little shady, so I told him you should be back within the hour and he can come back and ask you then.
Well, I dearly hope he will make it in time. In the meantime, for us all, I recommend we make way to the observatorium, so that we may begin preparations to, well, witness the chart that your lovely scholar wishes to observe.
Dalmar, Overcomes, you gonna come join us?
Mm. Mm.
I like to think that Dalmor now has just a snack up there and is kind of like, of all the times for you to fucking talk to me.
He's like, yeah,
Average is this reaction.
to be fair, if you're speaking over mental comms, you don't gotta worry about eating.
He still holds the mental finger up like, motherfucker.
Let me enjoy my food.
I've been up here for 5 hours.
Don't know if I should.
Can you still see up there?
Yeah, I have goggles.
At a game, how far is your dark vision?
60 feet, I believe, with a dog. That's the goggles of night vision. It's just 60 feet, I believe.
How tall is the building?
About 30 feet.
Okay.
Not terribly tall. Goggles of night. Where do...
Maybe you should come to see if we can convince him that the planes aren't flat. This might help.
Yes, it's 60 feet.
Okay.
Are you really trying to argue with the flat planer?
Yes.
I hate this so much.
By the
love
way-
it so much.
great.
By
You
the
guys
way,
even showed me a map. The planet fire is way to the west. You showed me.
fucking FCG and Critical Role, Sam Regal's doing the exact same thing, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
We did it first, though.
We did do it first.
Oh my god. Yep, that motherfucker.
I'm so behind.
Yeah.
I've watched like 3 episodes of season 1.
Ugh.
That's about it.
Oh, you gotta
Keep
get into it.
watching.
So, are you guys gonna try and get Dalmar to join in the presentation to prove him wrong?
Nope. Nope.
Yep.
Don't even care. Nope.
I'm just
Keeping
gonna
it-
say, come on, you might learn a thing or two.
No, you won't.
Maybe the eclipse will be brought up. Just trying to bait him without.
Actually, Eclipse might be brought up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come in.
Alright. So,
I'm
You
gonna
you have to convince him that the planes aren't flat.
pop on in. And, what do you guys think about putting caltrops near the door?
Seems noticeable.
You know, I can cast a spell that'll let us know when someone comes through the door.
That seems better.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
I'm gonna put an alarm
There's
on the
also
door.
a window on the second story that seems this should be alarmed as well.
I think we're heading to that.
We're gonna be on the second floor, so we don't gotta worry about that.
Okay. I'm gonna do one last lap around, and and then I'll be in. And while I'm doing that lap around, I want to basically case the place and see if I was trying to break in, where would I go, and try to get those points noticed and taken care of, or at least, observed.
Give me an investigation check. Okay. This is what Dalmar does. Getting his 19. Goddamn. And as you
Fucking
are.
guards outside and see Dalmar and arrest him for casing the place.
There are strange eyes kind of looking towards Dalmar's direction. Just see him prowling the building, almost like a lion, just like ready to snag at the meal. Almost frothing at the mouth of like, I am doing my job. I'm looking at where I can get into this place in. Several times over, but no one really interacts. Kind of just like, oh, that's a weirdo over there. What the fuck is he doing? It's like, don't look. It's just a freak. And as you kind of case the place, the best that you can tell is that, however, it's a very secure building. And not because it's secure, but mostly because no one really made any windows or entryways into this place. The only one being that very front door and that 2-slit window. But as you kind of look at it, focus in more, you kind of take notice that even the window is pretty secure. Because as far as you can tell, there's no way to open it from the outside. It's flat against the wall without any sort of gripping of any sort of manner.
Okay.
And even with the 27, the hinging looks like it only opens from the inside out.
So it pushes out.
Yes.
Okay. So they would have to magic the thing open.
In some way, shape, or form.
Or be on the inside. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna head in.
Alright.
Well, the good news is, and I'm gonna basically share my findings with everyone, that this place is actually fairly secure. Only the door and the window. And the window's fairly good too, although it could be magicked open, but for just a normal thief like me, would have a hard time with it.
It is magically afflicted. It's what we will use for our observations in the coming hours. Valmer, real quick, are you ritually casting alarm or spell slot?
Ritual it just to be save spell slots just in case. I feel like there's a fight coming up soon.
So, as time goes on with the observation, and as you guys are all kind of starting to make your way up top to the second floor, is when you guys would hear another just knock at the door. And you see your lord kind of goes like, I suppose that is our guest. As you said.
I think that's what he said. Should I go answer the door for you?
No, it's quite all right. I can do it. I'm maybe elderly, but I'm not worthless yet.
I'm gonna stick near him though.
Okay. As you go with him to answer the door, you see the same man. Still same garb and everything. And as he opens the door, immediately clocks you in an instant and kind of a like, you're still here sort of face. And he looks down at her and says, I take it you are the actual proprietor of this wonderful planetarium? Indeed I am, and I've heard of you, Sir Essig. That is me. You wish to observe tonight's showing as well? What are you trying to insight?
What is this dude's real intentions?
We had said like 5 words, and Dharma was like, "Okay, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I'm casing this motherfucker."
He's actually in hearing range of the conversation this time.
Yeah, he is. Well, if you are alright, we will be observing in a different manner tonight. Not simply the stars themselves, but we will be performing a different sort of ritual for the evening. That's quite alright. I simply wanted to see what what the excitement was all about. There's very few people that talk about you, but I feel like there's something here that should be known. Very well. Come in. I'm sorry, but we are out of tea, so I would hope that you are patient with me. That's quite all right. I wasn't expecting tea. And he kind of looks at Jack at that one. Kind of like, y'all got tea? Fuck all y'all.
Did we drink all the tea?
Yeah, you guys have been here for a couple hours, so yeah.
Shit.
Oh, I feel bad now. We gotta pay
Yeah.
for the tea. We gotta get him more tea. Tomorrow, that's the first thing we gotta do.
Yeah, like you said, it's usually just him and Lair, so it's kind of like, oh, I only usually have enough tea to keep me satisfied, and it's just like, well, now I have to keep 6 people satisfied, so, ooh, that's a lot of tea.
Yeah. We're gonna buy
Clearly,
him
this
tea.
man's not as well stocked on tea as I am.
How much tea do you have?
Out of character, a fuck ton.
Oh, I thought you meant in character.
No, in character, Ashton's still looking for tea. Out of character, I'm pretty sure Ashton has a whole cabinet dedicated to tea.
I have a fuck ton of tea, and I don't
I
even
don't
like
like tea, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't like tea either, but I want to like tea.
I
There was
like
some funny
tea.
part about that.
Tea is very much my aesthetic, but I don't like tea.
That's fucking funny.
I identify as a tea drinker. Oh, so you like tea? No.
No.
The funny thing is that does fit you too, drinking tea.
Yes.
So you're like an Overwatch player. You play the game, but you hate it.
Yep.
Oh my god, that
It was
is.
like, oh man, you have 1,000 hours in Overwatch. You love it? No, I fucking hate it. Then why do you play it? Cause it's so good.
That was like me with League, dude.
As you are all led up towards the second floor, where you see that expansive-looking room, which I'm going to slot you all in now because I cannot do justice on describing what this room looks like.
And I'm just eyeing this motherfucker the whole time. Yeah. Oh shit.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Oh shit, son.
So as
he's
you guys,
so pretty.
yeah, as you make your way up towards the second floor, where you, everyone except for Jack sees this room for the first time. God damn it, you Palmer. As you all witness this large orb with several rings around it and the sides of the walls all covered with the runic symbols of all sorts. And even you see the man as it kind of looks around and goes, ooh, now this is true art and mastery. Why, thank you. It did take quite a number of years to develop. If you may, open the window so we may begin.
Does he
Right
seem
away.
Does this guy seem like he's truly enjoying the artistic nature of this, or is he like casing the area?
Make an insight check. Y'all scrutinizing every fucking little thing this
Oh yeah, fuck this dude. I don't know why.
He seems generally impressed.
Okay.
Jack had one conversation with this guy and instantly wanted to stab him.
No, he didn't want to stab him. He just.
Ashton, you're not quite sure. He might be insulting Lur, or he might be complimenting him. You're not sure.
It's basically the group found the party grandpa, and now we're hyper protective of the group grandpa.
Yes.
No.
As we should be.
We found a fucking
feel like-
bloody knife near Grandpa, and now we're terrified someone's coming after him.
And then one dude walks in casually, and y'all like, returning to the scene of the crime, are ya?
It's the slick backed hair. It set off red flags for me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
100%.
I feel like the guy walked in and Fenella drew her sword and is just like sitting with it.
Just let's look back here. Some bad greaser vibes, man.
Yeah.
But as you watch Lair go towards the opposite wall, the wall that you noticed, Dalmar, and most of the other party did as well, where the split cut is, and you watch as Lair literally just places their hands on the wall and pushes it outward. And as you hear the stone slide outward, you hear this mechanical whir ring around the room itself. And you see the center sphere start to rotate and spin with all the rings around it. And the stone walls themselves split open as you can start seeing the setting sun just starting to vanish away until the gleam of the moon itself starts shining directly inward, to which all of you would notice in an instant that the window is perfectly placed to where the stationary moon can shine directly inward.
So just so I'm understanding, the window is here, right?
The window, yes.
Okay.
So, as you guys see that occur, and with the final rays of light that the sunset gives, you watch as just pure moonlight start to shine to the room. And almost as though almost like a spotlight, the moonlight shines inward into the chamber, directly onto the orb itself. And with that, you watch as this glow begins to shine upon the entire room. Each of the sigils light up with that equivalent light, and the rings around the actual orb start to violently spin. And as they do so, you watch as each and every one of those runes start to shine a bright light of just blackness that eventually just starts filling out with dots of the stars all around. And without having been here just moments ago, you would think you were just staring at the night sky in its entirety in that single moment. Though you know you're indoors, and though you know this is not actually the night sky, as Lure himself just kind of smiles as he looks upon it, just says, "It never gets old, watching the magic." And as you see, as it kind of just like spinning around, constantly just looking at each of the stars, goes, "This is on par with miracles."
Volmir just has a dumb smile on his face.
Miss Scholar, I suppose I should ask you your name. I'm terribly sorry. I never did ask. I never asked any of you your names.
We introduced ourselves.
I gave him my name. We introduced
Yeah, we all
ourselves.
introduced ourselves.
That's right. It was before the conversation. Never mind. It's just
He's
Dalmar.
old. He's old.
Oh,
He
it's-
doesn't remember.
Yeah, it's just Jack is the only one he never actually got the name of. I'm sorry. My bad.
Actually, I think someone mentioned my name when I first walked in.
No,
Probably me.
don't think we did.
I don't think so.
Oh, I could have swore someone
I
said,
think,
"Jack,
I
get out,
I
get
think
down."
the only thing Volmer said was like, "Don't worry, that's just my associate. He is that crazy."
I thought he told me, "Jack,
was-
get down."
I said that. I did say Jack to get down, but I also apologized for Jack. I didn't say his name during the apology though.
Does look at you, Volmer, and kind of goes, "Now, for your star chart,
Oh yes, right.
may I
I'm gonna pull it
ask,
out.
do you have a specific time that you are aware of when it occurred?"
I don't think we do we?
No, I think that's what we were hoping they could tell us.
Mm-hmm.
Question. Do I have like a year? Have I figured out a year for when the scabbard was put together or constructed? Like, have I figured anything like that out?
Not a fucking clue.
Worth asking. 'Cause
Yep.
Dating and shit like that through the design. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, sadly, I yet to figure it out.
Well then, there, please set the coordinates to scroll E32. And I suppose let us start looking through the skylight to find missing stars. And you watch as Lair just starts to walk his way towards the planetarium, or the center orb, and raises his hands, where you just see start of glowing, vibrant light go off of them, and the rings around the sphere start to slow and pause, and all the stars start to shift and move as though you're flying through the skies of the night. And upon settling in place, Volmer, for you among this entire party, feel almost nostalgic seeing the starlight positions, where you have stared at that scabbard for hours on end, for nights. And even though you've only recently learned that it is some kind of star chart, it still feels all too familiar to see it visually represented in front of you in that moment. And as you watch as Lair's hands start to shift ever so slightly, you start seeing the rings shift alongside with his movements, and you start seeing the stars move as though time is passing. After about 2 or so minutes of these stars just kind of like occasionally blinking in and out with these shiftings of the sky, as Dalmar dies. Dalmar dies of too much excitement.
He did. He was getting ready to assassinate the one dude. What is Greasehair doing, by the way? Just
He
checking
is
on him.
just staring with absolute awe, and you do see him kind of occasionally walking around the room, trying to like almost understand what is going on. And as Lair is kind of moving the orb and the rings, he is just captured by the sight of it. May I ask, how exactly does all of this work? As Lair is currently shifting through and the stars are moving around, as Lure kind of responds, "It is a rare anomaly that the moon stood still, and as such, I hypothesized that, being of an astral entity, perhaps it has more of a story to tell within its own light. And so I manufactured this wonderful creation to not only capture the light of Faris, but also to translate it, to tell us the stories that it hides. And while for now it only tells of the stars, I do plan on one day having it tell us even more events. Hopefully, it will tell us that which we have long lost in time." Absolutely fascinating. And eventually, you watch as Lure just kind of looks at all these stars, and he raises his hand to Lair and goes, "Right there." And as everything just dead stops, all of you easily recognizing where Lure's eyesight is going towards is the same constellation that is contained upon Volmer's blade.
Scabbard.
Scabbard, thank you. You will have your opportunity of seeing your perfect constellation in but a month's time. May I ask why it is you want to witness this constellation? And you watch as it kind of looks at you very interesting and goes, "You want to see a thing in the stars? Are you also interested on the astral?"
It's always been intriguing. Rare constellations, ever
There's
shifting.
a difference between intriguing and purely interesting. Very few people look at them and think, what if? The gods don't even set foot in there. And yet, there's so much out there.
I mean, there is, but getting there is kind of a pain in the ass.
You're not wrong there. But maybe I have a proposition for you all, but after. After.
Okay. Interesting. Yep.
But-
I saw that immediately. You were floundering. I was like, nope.
But Lure does look at you, Volmer, kind of goes. I'm sure you have your reasons for having a star chart of a unique time, and he looks towards Lair with a light nod and kind of he shifts his hands ever so slightly. For that constellation lasts but only for 3 days, so it is a tight window. I dearly hope whatever it is you're in search for can be found soon enough.
Thank you. This means more to me than you realize.
Actually, Ashton, believe it or not, this was all before. Because again, Vomer's had that scabbard from the very beginning.
Yep.
I know, it's just funny. Convenient.
Trust me, when Spelljammer came out, I was just like, motherfuckers, they're gonna think I stole
Coinky
this.
Okay,
Yep.
question.
Mhm.
So the scabbard originally started as just something with random designs, and then we just randomly thought, hey, what if it was a map?
Yep.
Did you just instantly think Star Chart after that?
Yep. Oh, trust me, the moment you said map, I'm like, I know exactly what to make this.
Okay then.
So,
I take y'all's words to heart. There are so many things I just create for y'all, and I love it.
and I'm trying to remember. There was something. I think it was back when the dude from the cultists was looking at the scabbard and the star chart. Something about it needs to be a specific location at a specific time.
Yes,
So-
he said that there are some of these bestowed of the fallen that can be discovered at all times, and some of them can only be discovered in specific times.
So we have a time now at a game. We need a location.
We need the location.
He does have a star chart down below that he says he knows the section of sky that it is.
Oh, so he could give us the location.
So we straight up just have the fucking map, and now we just have a month to kill him till.
Well, we have a month.
Side quests!
We have a month to get to said location.
That is
Because
also
it's a
true.
3-day
Mhm.
window. Because if we hit another bullshit like that fucking island,
Yeah.
and we just lost a week,
Ooh, yeah.
yeah, so we have a month to get there. Because
So
for all
let's
we
not
know,
chase any shiny lights in the ocean.
Let's stick with monster hunting and like normal jobs.
because as far as we fucking, hey, no, that shiny light in the ocean got me fucking rich, so I'm good with it.
I got a stool thingy.
You
I'm
got a
happy with that.
giant fuck off crystal that
You
can be
got a
turned into
giant
stool.
fucking dildo of a crystal is what you got. Hey, and Jack's got the vibrator for it.
Oh my god.
Jack, I hate you.
The plantorm explodes, everybody fucking dies.
Thank you.
TPK, TPK.
Teamwork a bitch.
No, that killed the old man. No, not loud.
The
No.
vibrator that Jack bought is actually a nuclear bomb and it suddenly explodes.
Hell yes. Totally down with
Jack
that.
shakes the vibrator for the first time and it just blows up in his hand.
Okay. So, that is awesome. We now know where to go. We actually have some fucking information finally.
I am popping the fuck off.
We can tell your table keeps moving.
Yeah. It's actually my computer because when I'm holding my hand on it to talk and then I'm moving.
You actually watch as it does actually kind of walk up to Lore and kind of goes, if you can search the stars for these kind of things, I know it might be presumptuous for me to ask, but is there a way to find out when there aren't stars in the skies? And you even see Lure just kind of looking very confused, like, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. It's It's an old tale. It's hearsay, but if there's any other place to find out, it's here. About the day that all lights went out in the sky. It was after the gods. It's rumor, it's hearsay, but is there a chance you can possibly look into that? I can attempt to see. Not a damn clue.
Yeah, cool.
Has Jack heard about that? And all the stories he's
History
read.
check. Not a damn
Awesome.
clue.
8 with my, or 11 with my plus 8.
Even with the 19,
Yep.
not a damn clue.
Yeah. That's a 25 plus at least.
Just keep an eye on him to make sure you don't gotta stab him.
Omar, at some point they turned the lights off in the city, so that's gotta be it, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
We're shipping Noah.
You know what's this fucking sad part? Noah got it.
Really?
It's a
Oh,
21
yeah.
DC.
I thought
It's
25.
literally a 21 DC.
Okay.
Noah.
Fuck all of you.
Right?
In your travels, both as a sailor and with your family before you departed with them, just like as it says, it's just a tale. It's just a story. It's a myth. It's a legend. Or the day that all the light in the sky went out. It's literally just known as the darkest day. It's just a joke. It's a day in which something powerful, so powerful that it consumed all light. A day that which needs to be forewarned for no other reason than catastrophe will strike. And it's just meant as the boogeyman's tale. It's just meant to be like, if you go out there and all the lights go out in the sky, you'll be in trouble. Stuff like that. Never had concrete information, but it is something that is spread, at least from your family, and occasionally through the seas.
Oh no. Little one got control of the mouse. And it froze too.
Hey! Oh my god, there's another one!
There's a gremlin.
But you do watch as Lure starts kind of looking at Lair. He asks, by any chance, would you know what time this would occur? Yeah, it had to have been after the gods, just after they left. I mean, what other time would all light cease to exist from the sky? Attempt the year after. The year after, it has to be. I've got a hypothesis here. And you watch as, while there is some hesitation to both lure and lair, you watch as the entirety of the orb starts to more violently spin, and the stars start to just smear across like a watercolor painting, as time just accelerates, rapidly flowing through, until it dead stops, where there's nothing. It's just blankness. And he just goes, I knew it. It's exactly a year after the gods departed. Has to mean something. There has to be something here.
Is there an eclipse?
There is. Where you would see the shape of the moon in the sky. And even then, you would know Jack more than anyone. Vollmer, you'd also know this. This also was back in the day when the moon still rotated. But in this case, you see neither of the two in either position in the sky.
Fuck.
Now, if I may, go forward. Forward until this occurs once more. Please. I need to know if this would ever happen again.
Wait, question first. If we go forward a day, will the moon be stuck then?
like your thinking. I like it. Please, please, as she says. And you watch Lur actually, with intrigue himself, nods towards Lair. As you watch him shift his hands ever so slightly, you watch as all the stars reappear, and Forest, where it should be in its perpetual position, sits there, while Aethys has moved ever so slightly.
Fuck.
You, miss, have a brilliant mind on those shoulders. That was the day. The day Forest stood still, never to move again. Please, is there a way to find out if this will occur again? And you watch as Lur just kind of looks towards Lair and just goes, how far precisely are you thinking here? Well, it's been about 600 years. Nothing's occurred, but perhaps 650. Try that. You watch as the hands move again, the smearing painting once more, and it locks in place. The light's still there. No, there has to be a time. There has to be a place.
What year are we at now? We're at 6 what?
650. Currently, you guys are at 628 PD.
Okay.
So he's looking 22 years in the future. There has to be a key, a repetitiveness here somewhere. There has to be a time.
When's the next eclipse?
It would be... Lair. Sorry. Fuck myself there.
Ah!
Damn it. I was
Played
keeping it
yourself.
so well, too.
You-
So close.
You did this to yourself, man.
I did. I kept it so well. No. The next eclipse. The next eclipse will occur in 4 months and 2 weeks. Go to it. And you hear the own intrigued in Lur's voice as well. Yes, please. As you watch the shift in the hands go towards it, and you watch as all the stars stick into place, but both the moons go missing. It's not right.
No.
Can you go forward today?
And you watch Slayer shift his hands, and the moons are back in their positions.
What about
Are they moving?
Don't like it.
There has to be something there. There has to.
Go back to the night of the eclipse, please.
Goes back with the 2 moons missing.
Those of you arcane inclined, what would the implications on the ley lines be with the stars in that arrangement?
Make Arcana checks, Ashrin, Jack, and Volmer.
Quick question: was Aethys in its normal spot the next day?
Yes.
Making sure.
Yes. It's strange. And as I said prior, the moon's never really been an arcane study sort of deal. It's always been something that people just acquit to the gods and magic, but there's never been any serious proof to it. The closest proof has always been the Moonweaver, but that's the Moonweaver. It's just a title. It's not exactly she's of the moon.
I'm gonna go into a quick meditation and see if I can't contact the spirit buddy.
Make a wisdom check with advantage.
Question.
Mhm.
How does the date that we're currently on relate to the date of the god saving?
That was... Fuck me, you're gonna make me like exact that. You're about 3 or so months ahead of when that happened.
What if we go 3 months back? The annual year of the day the gods left, since that was when it first happened.
Yes. You... I'd kiss you if it wouldn't be inappropriate. But Dalmar, even with a 10, as low as that is, there is a foreboding sensation to looking at the sky with no moons. That's all you get, but that's still more than you usually get at a time.
Yeah.
So-
This is. Dalmar just keeps shaking his head.
So when there's
Good.
an eclipse, is it normal for it to be both moons, or
It
is it usually just one?
It's random, if I may dare say. We've never found a collision between when one or both vanish. Mostly simply due to the fact that we've never gotten a coalition when they truly vanish to begin with.
When was the last eclipse that happened?
It was about 8.5 years ago.
Okay.
And in that one, both moons also vanished from the sky.
So, from the day that the anniversary of the day that the gods left, can we move forward a year at a time and see?
I suppose we can. First, as Volmar desired, moves it back the 3 months to this day, to the anniversary of when the gods perished, or not perished, vanished. God, fucking myself over now. And this is the bit of an interesting part. Because you only see one moon in the sky, but it's not because one's missing. It's because they're overlapped with one another. And you see several of the stars dim out.
Can we go to the next day?
You go to the next day, and no moon appears in the sky. To which even Lur kind of tilts his head, entirely confused at that. That is not an observation I have ever made before. Dalmar, what's your passive perception?
18.
We were complaining about puzzles is the most complicated bullshit.
All three of my passives are 18.
Motherfucker. Out of the corner of your eye, in the window where the moonlight is shining inward, you see a shift in movement. And almost instantly register it as you didn't notice before because the moonlight was kind of making it hard to look outward. But you notice the shift in movement of something at the window.
Possibly something at the window.
Instantly
I
run
get up and
downstairs.
start.
Sending my hawk outside because I just realized I don't know what my familiar's been doing the whole time.
Okay. Jack, what'd you say you were doing?
Downstairs.
You're going downstairs?
Yep.
Long fencer's reach and like saying you're going, man, just in case.
As Jack, you immediately make your way downstairs. Dalmar, you prepare yourself as you're looking out at the window. And Volmar, you send out your hawk to survey outside. The moment that your hawk leaves the windowsill, you just wash a blur of blue slash across it. Your hawk only has how much HP?
Let me double check. Doesn't provoke attack of opportunities, so it has 1 HP. In a
Oh, it has
13
1
AC.
HP? Yeah, no, it was holding its action to swing at anything that came out.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, unfortunately. But you watch as it slashes through the hawk, and instantly you watch it flutter into its magical energies. And Jack, as you kind of look downstairs, and as you're coming down the stairs, you see a girl standing there with blonde hair and a dark cloak, who seemingly is surprised to see you coming downstairs. Seemingly like she's looking through a bunch of the scrolls of the stars.
We have people downstairs, and I'm gonna instantly cast Charm Person.
Why
Actually,
the fuck did my alarm go off?
You don't know.
Is it still up?
It is still up. You still feel it active.
Yeah.
It's wisdom, right?
Makes wisdom saving throw, yes.
I want to go down to help, but at the same time, I don't want to leave the old man.
I'm gonna go down.
Vero, stay with everyone up here. I'm gonna go down.
Typed in the wrong command. There you go. 17?
Oh yeah, that makes it.
As you cast Charm Person upon the girl, and you watch as she fends it off very easily. And meanwhile, the rest of you up top, as Ashton, you're starting to make your way downstairs, you just all watch as one man swings his way into the planetarium. A tiefling of red coloration and horns.
It's the red tiefling.
And he just grins at each of you and just kind of goes, none of you are supposed to know that secret. Not even you. And he points at Eric. Both miss.
Oh.
As you launch both attacks right at him, he just sidesteps both of them.
Yeah.
And you immediately see Eric, who was overly excited, immediately the face just drops in abject horror.
Yeah.
He goes, I did what I was told. You didn't tell me you were going to do this. And he goes, you weren't supposed to discover so much. And we'll pick up with her next week.
Mother.
Fuck.
It's 7. We're not getting to a combat this early.
Yeah. I fucking knew it. I knew he was a goddamn fucking lookout for these
Yep.
people. Guess
They
we
knew
better-
better than to go in themselves, so they went, hey, let's get a patsy.
Yep.
Yep.
Fuck.
Thing is, though, we might be able to talk them down, or we might just end up killing them all. One of the two.
I mean, I've already swung daggers at him, so it's probably too late for that.
Alright,
That is also very true.
Yep.
He's already swung
Okay,
first.
we can call that as retribution for the hawk.
Semi-true, actually. Semi-true.
Murder's more fun. Yep, we gotta
Also,
protect the
god damn
grandpa.
it, Jack. You immediately went downstairs. I expect you to stay upstairs, and I have to make a downstairs map. Woo!
Uh-huh. You're welcome, cause fuck that shit.
Yeah. Nah, she rolled really good stealth. He did not, unfortunately.
And I'm still confused. Did they just teleport past the alarm?
You don't know.
Teleport, dispel magic.
The alarm
Yeah.
was still up. Wait, so when he swung through, did it trigger?
No,
No,
he
'cause
didn't
he
put an
didn't
alarm on the
through.
window.
I put the alarm on the door.
Yeah, you guys are on the second floor. That's where your hawk went out. And even then, when the hawk left the window, is when he took the swing. It's almost
Well,
like
no,
he
I was talking
expected
about, like,
somebody.
how she got downstairs.
Yes. She didn't trigger it.
And then the one dude, Tiefling, swung in through the front door where my alarm was.
Through the
No,
window.
he in
No.
the window on the second floor.
Oh, so he's on the second. Oh, God.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
on the second floor with y'all. Ashton was making her way downstairs is when he went in. And Jack's down there just looking at the girl when Charm Person. And unfortunately did not make it.
And I
I
did
did say
say,
alarm in the window.
1v1 while we have a bloody battle up here.
well, alarming the window wouldn't have done anything because he hasn't passed.
He didn't
through.
actually go in.
Yeah.
Rolled it,
And
apparently.
I would say with Damar how you saw him move, it seemed like he was literally observing from the outside.
Mm.
He was using the moonlight as like that counter light to hide himself. But when he
Yeah.
started to make his getaway was the moment that you spotted him.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Well, time to cut ties completely.
Alright, guys. I gotta go. I'll see you guys later.
See
We'll
ya.
come back
later.
next week on all
Bye.
that info.
Right?
Bye, guys.